There's one huge thing that's going to decide if Daniel Jones is the quarterback of the New York Giants next season. Coming into this season, many people thought it was a foregone conclusion that Daniel Jones would be on a different team in 2023. A new front office and coaching staff was coming in. This was not their guy. They didn't scout him and draft him. They didn't go out and sign him in free agency. He was just the struggling quarterback that was there from the old regime. They also declined his fifth-year option earlier this year, which means he can become a free agent at the end of this season. But so far this season, Daniel Jones is not playing like the Daniel Jones we saw his first 3 seasons in the league. He's cleaned up his turnover problem, which was a huge issue for him his first 3 seasons. He has a QBR of 58.3 through these first 10 games, which is a career best for him. So if all signs are pointing to Daniel Jones being a better quarterback under Brian Daboll, then why don't they just re-sign him? Well, it's not as simple as that. Let's take a look at how the Giants run their offense. No pun intended there, because the Giants are very clearly a run-first offense. I mean, they even like to run the ball when the run game isn't really working. Heading into Week 12, the Giants have run the ball 336 times. That's the 3rd most rushing attempts in the league. They only have 284 passing attempts, which is the 4th least passing attempts in the NFL right now. Being a run-first offense is fine. It wears down other teams' defenses. It keeps other teams' offenses off the field for a longer period of time, which is really key when facing an elite quarterback and a really high-powered, high-scoring offense. But what happens when the run game isn't working? What happens when you're only averaging a yard or 2 per carry? We saw this in the Giants game last week versus the Lions. Saquon Barkley had 15 carries for 22 yards. That's an average of 1.5 yards per carry. This is where your quarterback needs to be able to step up and carry an offense, and I would say Daniel Jones didn't really do that in this game versus the Lions. And wait. Before you get all upset with me, before you get all angry with me, this isn't just Daniel Jones' fault. I think this is also part of the coaching staff's fault, or some of this falls on the coaching staff. I feel like they've been so reliant on the run. They haven't let Daniel Jones air it out enough in previous games, even when the run game was working. I feel like they need to have some more faith in him. So when the run game doesn't work in games like this, it's not like your whole offensive game plan is being flipped on its head and you're doing something you don't usually do, which is pass the ball. He had 2 pretty bad interceptions in that game. I'm not going to harp on those too much because he went a ton of games without throwing an interception, which is a huge improvement for him. So the question is Daniel Jones good enough to carry this Giants offense when the run game isn't working? The Giants have 3 games this season where they didn't break over 100 rushing yards as a team. 2 of those games, they ended up losing. We all know this league has turned into a quarterback-led league. To make the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl, you need an elite quarterback most of the time. If Daniel Jones can lead this Giants team to victory when Saquon Barkley is struggling in the run game, I don't see why the Giants don't offer him a contract this offseason. The rest of the Giants' schedule is extremely difficult. They have to play the Commanders twice, who have the 10th best rushing defense in the league. They've given up the 10th fewest rushing yards. You might be saying, oh, the 10th fewest rushing yards, that's not so elite or anything like that. Well, the thing is this, the Lions had given up the 3rd most rushing yards, and the Giants struggle to run the ball against them. So there are going to be opportunities for Daniel Jones to carry this offense. And it's not going to be easy, especially with this wide receiver core. But if he is able to lead them to victory and put up like 300 yards and 3 tutties, or even like 250 yards and 2 tutties and play a clean game, I don't see why the Giants shouldn't offer him a contract this offseason. Appreciate you guys watching till the end. Peace.